Miss Jackie used me, took advantage of me.
Lie number one, I took this woman under my heart. She broke my heart. Am I completely innocent? No.
Well, you should tell the truth.
I started loaning Tyler some money. He lost his job, was going through a divorce.
My wife relapsed on drugs. So overnight, I became a single father, a 2-year-old infant daughter, and a 9-year-old autistic son.
Plaintiff Laquita Howell is suing her neighbor for misleading her about a rental property. She's suing for $2,775. Defendant, Jacqueline Boatwright, says she bent over backwards to help the plaintiff, but now she's countersuing for $3,877.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
It's case 84 on the docket, Howell versus Boatwright.
Okay, welcome to both of you. And now let's see what we have here. We have the plaintiff, Ms. Howell, and you are suing the defendant, Ms. Boatwright, for $2,490 for a broken rental agreement. And Ms. Boatwright, the defendant, you are countersuing the plaintiff for $3,877.
That's correct, sir.
Okay, why don't we start with you? What is your case?
I'm here because Miss Jackie used me, took advantage of me. She knew that I grew up in foster care and I did not have a lot of support, so she gained my trust and the trust of my son, and she took advantage of that.
How?
We met 2014. She bought the house next to where I was living at.
I didn't meet her in 2014. Lie number one. I met her, I bought the house, I signed the deed on October the 29th of 2015.
Later on, in 2018, I decided I wanted to be a foster parent, and I disclosed this with Miss Jackie, and she explained to me that she had a home that she could rent to me. I was like, I was excited. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. We discussed the amount that we would pay in rent, and we came to an agreement of $800.
$800 a month.
I'll pay $800 a month and $400 for the deposit. We went in the house, and it was like Hoarder City. She literally left that house with everything in it. The only thing she took out of it was herself. You get in there, furniture everywhere, clothes piled up so high. And I was like, Miss Jackie, are you sure you're gonna have this ready for me to be licensed and ready in November?
Okay, so this conversation was
yes.
taking place when? What month?
In August.
August, we're talking about this. You wanted to move in when?
October the 15th is when she told me at first that she'll have it ready.
And you're saying none of this in the pictures,
None of it. I never moved in the home.
You never moved in?
I had stuff delivered in the home because I thought I would be moving in, but
yes.
I never moved in.
So the date of getting in there, let's say by November 1st, was important in order for you to get the license for being a
foster parent.
Foster parent.
Yes.
Got it.
October the 15th came, it wasn't ready. I met with her and I'm like, you sure this is gonna be ready? And she was like, I need more time. She didn't have the things that she thought she would have to get it ready. I offered to help. Me and my son came to this home every weekend. My son's birthday, we spent at this house helping her get this ready. And it got to a point where I was like, I can't believe, like, end of October came and I was like, Miss Jackie, this doesn't look like it's gonna be ready. Maybe it's not a right time for me. How about I help you finish getting your house together and you can rent it to someone else?
Oh, okay.
She's like, no. I want to rent it to you. I want to help you. And for me, I was like, okay, I believe this. Like, I didn't have this type of support. I've never had someone want to help or do something for me.
And since you had to have the license by November 1st, you knew at that point then that this wasn't going to work for you in terms of being a foster parent. You could still live there, but you couldn't be a foster parent with that.
Well, I would have to start the process over, which is about a year or so worth of process. And I had already started the process, so I'm at the end of my process at that point in time. And I explained that to her. It's like, it's not gonna be ready, and I'm gonna have to start over. And financially, that would be a burden because I now have to go through this whole process all over, and I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna work out.
Had you already paid the money?
$400. I gave her $400 because she said she wouldn't start the cleaning process of the house until I paid her something to show that I wanted it.
Now let me go to you.
Part of what Ms. Laquita is saying has a portion of truth, okay? That picture, Your Honor, is when I pulled the clothes out of the closet that I was donating.
So all those clothes came out of the closet.
You got your turn. I wasn't gonna pay storage, okay? When she came to see that house, that was not what they saw, okay? What they saw was a house that if you walk through that front door, you could live in that house.
You can see, even by the, she wants to say those were taken out of the closet, but look at it. You had all that in what closet?
Okay.
In multiple pictures, in multiple rooms. No, you're not gonna sit here and lie and say your house was ready. And I never moved into with her.
That don't have anything to, it's my turn, sweetie. I shut up for you.
Well, you should tell the truth.
Okay, you're the,
Should tell the truth.
forgive me, sir,
Go
okay?
ahead.
We entered into the arrangement. I said I want 1,100. She said, I can't afford that.
You dropped it down to 800.
What, and there's an
Yeah.
explanation.
All right, so-
Okay, I said to her, I need 11, but I will let you have the house for $800 a month until April. April, we will reevaluate the rent on it. I will reduce the security deposit down to $400.
Because?
Because there was a couple things that needed to be repaired. I did the woodwork in that house. That was my own blood, sweat, and tears for 32 years, okay? She scraped up the woodwork. I went over there and I saw the mess. So we got paint. It was a tan color paint on the woodwork, on the floors, on my $4,000 Oriental rug because she never bothered about rolling the rug up.
This is where this is
That
going to,
not true.
where we are. The picture is a lot of stuff lying on the floor. But if you got to move into a house, and whoever fault it was that there's a lot of stuff on the floor, you just pick up the stuff and you get it out of the way so you can move in. It's not uninhabitable because there's clothing on the floor, or the drawers are open, or the place is messy.
And that's right, but if I can't move in and I can't
Why?
put anything
That's what
up-
I'm asking. Why couldn't you move in? Not because there's clothing on the floor,
No,
in fairness.
because
She
you
didn't
can
have
also see
money.
a picture
Because
of the
why?
kitchen where the cabinet wasn't all the way connected to the wall. And I won't pass a fire inspection if my cabinets aren't connected. I won't pass a fire inspection if you can't walk through the hallways or down the stairs.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Good answer. What are
Okay.
you going to say to that?
The cabinet was coming off the wall, no biggie. Drywall screws and a screwdriver. The kitchen cabinet, I took the drawer out of the kitchen cabinet because I had jewelry in it. So I just took the drawer, took it to my house, but it could be brought back over.
Okay.
This hole in the ceiling, drywall and mud.
Why wasn't it fixed by October 15th?
She was supposed to pay for it. I reduced the security.
Okay.
She never,
Okay,
Your Honor,
in
her
fairness,
people-
all right, okay. Normally, a security deposit is equal to 1 month's rent. When I first read the complaint, is that the security deposit was in fact half of a month's rent, which lends credence to her story that there was an expectation that that extra $400 would be used to fix the problems you're talking
And
about.
it did. I paid her $70 for her having to go get someone else to go finish doing it.
She gave
All
me
right.
$70 on a $150 bill. The guy came in and he fixed 3 lights, he fixed 2 sinks, the bathroom sink and the downstairs bathroom and the upstairs. He also fixed the toilets. That man didn't do all that. He wasn't no crackhead.
No, sir, that is not what happened.
What happened, sir, was
is not-
every time I talked to the young lady, it was a money issue. I took this woman under my heart. She broke my heart. Am I completely innocent? No. But you know what my grandkid said to me? You got 6 grandkids. You don't have no room to be developing no relationship with a stray dog. The
Now,
other lies she
did you
told-
ever leave stuff?
I did deliver stuff to the house. So when I thought I was moving in October, I bought me a new couch and had it delivered to the house. I had my son's Christmas presents and birthday presents delivered in the house.
Your Honor,
We
if you ain't
thought
got no
we
money,
were
you don't need
Ma'am,
Christmas
ma'am,
presents.
she's speaking.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You had Christmas presents delivered to the house because you thought you were going to
I
move
thought
in.
I would be there.
And mail.
And could she go and pick it up?
She called me at work saying she was throwing my stuff out after I had already asked her if I can come get it.
No.
So you never got the stuff from
I
the
had
house?
to wait till after Christmas, after New Year's to come get my stuff.
If the Christmas gifts are there, why not open the door and say, here's your Christmas stuff for
Sir,
your kid?
first of all, the whole deal was an on and off deal.
I get it, but
She wouldn't sign the lease.
whatever the relationship is, if they're Christmas gifts in the house, whoever put it there, whatever fight you guys are having, you at least say, here are the Christmas
Yes,
gifts.
sir.
Merry Christmas.
Sir, you're absolutely correct.
No, my son did not get his stuff.
This
He
was-
didn't get it.
Okay, we have two suits.
I cannot believe you.
You are suing her because you want the money you put in back.
Yes, sir.
You are countersuing.
For the damages, the storing of her furniture in my house, for the use of my mailbox, and for the work that I personally put in when I
Okay.
reduced the security to have her
Okay.
do
Because
it.
that's somebody that cares
Okay.
for somebody. You take my stuff and then charge me for keeping it there because you won't give it to me. You're a nasty woman. You're
What
just
she
nasty.
didn't tell me.
Okay. First of all, you're suing her because you want your money back. You're suing her.
For the damages of the property.
The damages of the property.
Opportunity of the rental.
You're not going to get the money back, but you're not going to get the damages back, which, as I add up, is pretty close to even. Therefore, case
My
for the
mom
plaintiff
put
and the
in that stuff.
countersuit by the defendant are both dismissed.
Thank you. Have a great day, sir.
So hurtful because I really trusted you. I wished I had never moved next door to you, never came out and said hi to you. My life was much better without you.
I didn't need Miss Laquita's money. That's not an issue for me. She needed me. She hurt my heart.
Plaintiff William Sloan says he loaned money to a friend who was going through a rough time. But when he needed it back, his friend vanished. He's suing for $4,297. Defendant Tyler Rowan says the plaintiff offered his help with no mention of payback.
Truth.
I do.
Case 77 on the docket, Sloan versus Rowan.
All right, and welcome.
Morning.
We have the plaintiff, Mr. Sloan.
Correct.
And you are suing the defendant, Mr. Rowan, for $4,218 for multiple unpaid personal loans.
Yes, sir.
Tell me your story.
Well, Your Honor, Tyler and I worked at Treasure Island Resort
Yes.
and Casino outside of Red Wing, Minnesota together for
Oh,
about
okay.
2 years.
What was your job there?
I was a payout clerk, and Tyler
pay-
was the caller in bingo.
Oh, okay.
I started loaning Tyler some money. First time was $20.
Yeah.
And it started out as, small amounts like that. He ran into some financial problems, lost his job, was going through a divorce, had 2 kids. At one point, I gave him 8 bags of groceries because
Yeah.
he had nothing for the kids to eat. And, I liked the guy.
Yeah.
We were friends. And I felt bad for him.
How much over time did you loan him?
Over $4,000.
Did you loan him in cash? Did you write a check?
Checks and cash.
All right, what do you have? He's loaning you this money. What do you have to say about that?
I was absent from work and obviously was going through something at home. And my wife relapsed on drugs. So overnight, I became a single father of 2, a 2-year-old infant daughter and a 9-year-old autistic son, which was very hard to deal
Sure.
with. It was just the worst time probably ever going through in my life. And
I understand that.
when Bill, we would talk about it at work, and one day he said, just ask.
So he did offer to help you. He was being very nice about that and gracious.
Oh, very, yes.
Yes,
Very. And I was very grateful.
but you thought that was a gift.
Yes.
So he's thinking it's a loan, and at some point, you stopped giving him money. When did that happen?
One of the last checks I gave him was for $460. He was out of work, and I said, here, this will make it even $4,000.
And you remember that conversation.
Yes.
If he says to you that this will make it even $4,000, the only way that statement is relevant is because it's $4,000 of a loan.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. I remember the $460.
But you don't remember him saying this makes it an even $4,000.
I do not.
Well, after that, he called me one day and said that he had just remembered he had a shotgun that he had pawned. He said, I don't even want the shotgun. If you get it out of pawn, you can have it. So I went down to the pawn shop, put it on my credit card, and I had to go back the next day and get a refund from them because for some reason, I don't know what it was, they wouldn't let me have the shotgun. Tyler was there. I wrote him out a check for the $218 and some cents and said, here, when you get the shotgun, bring it over. I never saw him again.
He never was paying you back.
He did give me a couple $100 one time, and then he called back about 3 days later and needed to borrow $200 again.
Okay. So at some point with all of this,
Yep.
a rational person would say,
Enough's enough.
well, would also say, this guy's not paying me back.
Well, he did give me $100 in September.
But you're saying $4,000 and he paid you $100. Were you upset that he no longer was in touch with you? Because it seems
Very
like
upset.
you were really befriending him.
I was very upset.
And the only time that I ever noticed he got upset was once I lost my job at the island.
Are you two friends anymore, or does this suit end it?
I'm not sure.
You were helping him out because you really enjoyed this friendship in a sense.
It was,
You know, we got along real good.
we were very, very good friends.
Why wouldn't you pay him back?
When I lose my job overnight that I was making very, very good money on.
Are you
and-
working now?
Yes, I am. And I just currently started a decent job 2 months ago.
Now, I think maybe we can have some kind of resolution here.
To me, a loan would be an end date, a monthly payment due, or when do you expect to be paid back?
So in his mind, it's a loan. In your mind, two feelings are appropriate. The first is, I'm out of a job. My family, I am just burdened. Every morning is a burden to get up. Oh my gosh, how am I going to deal with all this? So that's a understandable thing, and probably the last thing on your mind with all that you got to deal with your kids, no job, all of that. I feel for you, and I could understand that on top of your list of things to do is not to pay him back, your friend. That he's a friend. Hopefully that can be put off for a while. And on the other hand, though, once you are in a position where you now have some income, part of that income ought to go to pay him back, because it's not reasonable to believe that a guy just gives you $4,000. Do you have any copies of the check?
Yes.
May I see them?
Yep.
Yeah. So here are the checks. Well, on the checks, it does say loan. $200 loan, $600 loan, another $200. These checks do say, for the most part, a loan, and you also write on it how much all the loans together come to. And I guess the final total here is $3,221.
Yep, then there was cash with that also.
Okay, but for these checks, they were loans.
I have to say,
You never read that.
I honestly, no. I've never really written checks for,
Okay.
never really written checks.
But-
I guess I never.
And that memo line, yeah, okay. He wrote down it's a loan. Loan, 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 loan. And so I'm only going to give you the checks that you've offered me as proof. So I find for the plaintiff in the sum of $3,221.
Thank you.
We're friends again.
Love you, man.
You too, man.
Thanks for watching. Now please approach the bench. The way I look at it, you have two options here. Option A, watch more Judge Jerry. Option B, watch more Jerry Springer. The choice is yours. Now get out of my courtroom. You have more clips to watch. And don't forget to subscribe.